I'm Ben.
I'm sorry.
If you would like to get your song reviewed, dear listener, there's the Filthy Capitalist option. As Sorry says, 125 gets you straight to the head of the line. You don't have to be a part of the alliance. You don't have to be part of the group.
Wait a minute.
And the biggest thing is you don't have to wait. You hop, skip, and jump right in front of everybody. 125 gets you there. You do that 3 times, and you get mashed down to the $75 rate for perpetuity.
Yes!
Also, there is a band review option. So if you've got a band and you're trying to get your band some exposure, hit me up at itsorry@gmail.com, and I'll show you the details about how to pull that off.
You can also jump on Patreon, and there is a option on the tiers to be able to get your band reviewed. Obviously, we can't lie to you, so we can't guarantee a positive review. Get what you get.
It's just rubbish.
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 That's British for garbage.
My favorite is the community option. $1 at the gate gets you in at Patreon. You get to join an alliance. The alliance joins their points together, and that helps determine what songs that we do.
The alliances hang out on Discord.
Message me on Patreon to get the link.
And they do all kinds of other cool things. They do Minecraft, Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah. It's really a community within the community. Anybody can go in the village, facebook.com/Ben-and-Sorry. There's 160,000+ people on the channel. What's cool about the Discord is that it offers a real opportunity for community connection, friendship, that type of thing.
And it's on Discord, so if you're not a Facebook person, it's for you.
You start off at $1.
Right.
Plus you get exclusives. Sorry and I are working on a song. So the first 15 seconds of that was on Patreon. Also, at $15 tier and above, when we actually debut the video, they're going to be there live with us. There you are, dear listener.
Buy our merch.
Buy our merch, indeed. A child shall lead them.
To buy our merch.
Yes, dear listener. Yes, dear listener. Yes, dear listener. It's been quite some time. We've been
Yes, it has.
imprisoned by the miserable YouTube gods, but we have returned. Nobody can take us down. We're impossible to take down.
That's right.
I was going to give a metaphor for how impossible we are to take down, and I decided against it.
Probably better that way. All right. It is a night of 5-song stream tonight. We are starting out with Brother Ali. You have all the lyrics.
Senor.
We have Brother Ali. The name of the song is Uncle Sam, GD.
Uncle Sam,
God.
God.
Okay, so let's check this song out. This is for the big homie. No, actually, literally no intros the whole night. It's just
No intro,
it's
just pure
play and go.
Music. Okay. Pure musica. Okay, here we go. Song number 1. This is Brother Ali. I think this is a rap song.
For the big homie, Robiwan.
Uncle Sam, gosh dang, god darn, whatever you want to say.
Let's go.
The name of this song is Uncle Sam, goddamn. It's a show tune, but the show ain't been written for it yet. We gonna see if Tony Jerome and the band can maybe work this shit out for me. Straighten me out right quick. I like it so far, man. Yeah. Come on, let's go. Welcome to the United Snakes, land of the thief, home of the slave. Grand Imperial Guard, where the dollar is sacred and proud. Let's do the shit for real, come on now. Smoke and mirrors, stripes and stars, stolen for the cross in the name of God. Bloodshed, genocide, rape and fraud, written to the pages of the law, good law. The cold continent latchkey child ran away one day and started acting foul. King of where the wild things are, daddy's proud, cause the Roman Empire done passed it down. Imported and tortured the workforce and never healed the wounds or shook the curse off. Now the grown-up Goliath nation holding open auditions for the part of David. Can you feel? Nothing can save you. You question the rain, you get rushed in and chained up. Fist raised, but I must be insane, cause I can't figure a single goddamn way to change. But welcome to the United Snakes, land of the thief, home of the slave. The Grand Imperial Guard, where the dollar is sacred and power is God. Welcome to the United Snakes, land of the thief, home of the slave. The Grand Imperial Guard, where the dollar is sacred and power is God. All must bow to the fat and lazy. The fuck you obey me, or why do they hate me? Who me? Only 2 generations away from the world's most despicable slavery trade. Pioneered so many ways to degrade a human being that it can't be changed to this day. Legacy so ingrained in the way that we think we no longer need chains to be slaves. Lord, it's a shameful display. The overseers even got raped along the way. Cause the children can't escape from the pain, and they born with the poisonous hatred in their veins. Try and separate a man from his soul. You only strengthen him and lose your own. But shoot that fucker if he walk near the throne. Remind him that this is my home. Now I'm gone. Welcome to the United Snakes, land of the thief, home of the slave. The Grand Imperial Guard, where the dollar is sacred and power is God. Welcome to the United Snakes, land of the thief, home of the slave. The Grand Imperial Guard, where the dollar is sacred. Hold on, give me one right here, hold on. You don't give money to the bums on the corner with a sign bleeding from their gums. Talking about you don't support a crackhead. What you think happens to the money from your taxes? Shit, the government's the addict. With $1 billion a week, kill brown people habit. And even if you ain't on the front line, when Master yell crunch time, you right back at it. Man, look at how you hustling backwards. At the end of the year, add up what they subtracted. 3 out of 12 months, your salary pay for that madness. Man, that's savage. What's left? Get a big ass plasma to see where they made Dan Rather point the damn camera. Only approved questions get answered. Now stand your ass up for that national anthem. Welcome to the United Snakes, land of the thief, home of the slave. The Grand Imperial Guard, where the dollar is sacred and power is God. Welcome to the United Snakes, land of the thief, home of the slave. The Grand Imperial Guard, where the dollar is sacred and power is God.
Yikes. Okay, that was Brother Ali.
I mean, it was smooth, though. Like, I liked the beat of it. Dude was spitting some truth a little bit there, I think.
Yeah, I didn't think that Dan would like it. I didn't think Dan would like it, and I was a prophet. He can write lyrics, but something about him makes him sound ignorant. Now, why would that be, Danny boy? Why would that be?
Yes, fill us in. Okay.
Okay, wow. This was, what year was this song written?
You always ask that. I don't know.
Yeah, because there's some historical context here.
Yeah, you know what? Maybe when I look up the lyrics, I should also just get the that information.
A couple of years ago, things got really, really hectic because kids were starting to get there was this big panic led by Tucker Carlson. Kids were getting introduced to critical race theory.
The single was released on 2007.
2007.
May 4th.
Okay.
Yes. Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Giant panic. Kids are getting introduced to critical race theory.
Yep.
The little kids were coming home talking about, wait a second. We stole land from the Indians, killed a bunch of them, enslaved a whole bunch of people. That's how we generated all this wealth. I thought it was our Protestant work ethic.
Yep.
And it caused a lot of real consternation in the, let's say, the right wing of America. Let's say it that way. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and it was-
good guess, because he said plasma screen. Correcto. Go ahead. What were you saying?
It was because... Wait, what about the plasma screen?
Well, he said, you're taking the rest of your tax dollars to go buy a
TV.
plasma.
Yeah.
To point at where Dan Rather's pointing the damn camera.
I don't know what that is, though.
So he's saying that you can pretty much tell what the date is by him using the term plasma screen, because plasmas are big. Now I think it's LED now or whatever.
Oh, okay.
But yeah.
And who, what about Dan Rather's where he points the camera? What was that about?
Well, Dan Rather was the CBS sort of nightly news anchor. Like he was 40, 50 years.
Okay.
So he would represent the media, basically. Where Dan Rather's pointing the damn camera because they're gonna look at, it's the media's power to get you to focus on what they're looking at. I mean, this was written in 2007. So this was before the explosion of social media and things like that, to where everybody is now a cameraman. The iPhone, I think, came out around 2007.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So the idea that every citizen is a cameraman and part of the media was not something that was there. So we still relied heavily on legacy media to tell us what was going on.
Okay, yeah.
So like this current war right now, or the current massacre, whatever adjective people want to attach to what's going on in Israel, Gaza, the things that we have seen on Twitter and on other platforms, these are videos that are being shot by civilians, by regular people. You would not have seen.
Right.
In American media. We were a lot easier to brainwash. It's so funny too, because 2007 doesn't seem that very long ago, but based on where everybody is now, it's really interesting. Everybody, to me, everybody's a lot more politically sophisticated now than in 2007.
Yeah. Which is why, I could see that.
Right?
Like, people are seeing a lot more stuff. And it seemed like I don't know when it switched, but I remember that girl. There was a lot of school shootings. What was that girl named Gretchen or something? Like she started speaking out against the school shootings. Like she was very vocal about it. Remember that? It seemed like from my perspective, because I wasn't following it like you were, but it seemed like that group of kids started really getting active to say these things need to change and doing things about it instead of just accepting the party line.
Right.
I do think though that even though we're getting a lot of media from people's like phones, people are recording things and putting it out there, there's also starting to be like a flip, because there's a lot of fake videos out there now. And
True.
like I'll find a video and I'll be like, oh my gosh, like I saw this video and it looked like really real, and it didn't look like, like the modern AI videos, they look kind of like a little bit off. This one looked like it was like somebody's phone, and it was a poorly lit video, and it's really terrible. It was Melania, and she had like a tiny little hot dog, and she was like holding it up and she was like laughing, and Trump was like looking at her like, and she was like, it made it look like she was mocking him with the small, and I was like, oh my gosh, I cannot believe that the first lady like did this. Like, this is getting crazy. So I checked into it. It wasn't true. Like, I guess she wore like a big hat at like his inauguration, and it was kind of like a kiss blocker. People made jokes about it and stuff. But I don't know, like, you see what I'm saying? Like, it almost might make CNN and those things again relevant, because if we're not careful with how we're what videos that we're putting out, like the researchers of the YouTube, like the people that are running the media channels have to be really careful that they don't put out some false AI video and then discredit themselves.
Yeah, but that can happen with establishment media too.
Right, but people are, remember how there was like that phase where it was like, yeah, people are going to listen to the YouTubers, but first they're going to verify it through CNN and Fox. Remember that whole...
Well, that still happens.
Right. So that means they're using CNN and Fox as like okay, this is the ruler. This is the... So I'm thinking that, yeah, it could still happen with them, but people are sort of like kind of like lean toward believing them more. See what I'm saying? That's why they're verifying the YouTubers by those.
Yeah, I don't know. I think...
What's up, Ben?
I don't think it's ever going to get back to where it was before.
Well, hopefully not.
As far as them having that kind of credibility. And I'm glad it's now democratized media, and now it's like, sure, the guy in the basement might create an AI video or some shit like that to try to deceive you, but then again, like, none of us believes that he's going to be able to do what they did with COVID or do what they did with the Iraq War. And God knows what they would have been telling us if they had complete control over what was going on with the Israel-Palestine conflict. So, like, yeah, Dan does bring up a good point, though, is that slavery... I mean, the transatlantic slave trade was probably the most brutal form of slave acquisition, especially in the Middle Passage. Okay, so that itself is unique evil. But the idea that it originated with white people is, once again, I find a lot of benefit for black people in the doctrine of the Nation of Islam, Louis Farrakhan, etc. But that doctrine, to me, has always been the most easily disproved doctrine. The idea that the white man is the devil, like the white man is like uniquely evil. There's nothing that white people have done that human beings haven't done. One of the things that's really interesting about Nation of Islam theology is that all human beings are derivative from the black man, and the black man derives from God, right? That's the idea. And so if we are the primary race, that means we're primary in everything, including evil. So there's like one talk where Farrakhan says, if the white man is the devil, we are his father because we produced him. So it's like, look, man, at the end of the day, if you don't have an understanding of human nature, that all human beings are sinful.
What's up, Dwayne?
Then you're not going to be able to understand how to interpret reality. You're not going to be able to understand how people can be so cruel, how you can have a city under siege and doctors from all over the world are coming to help those people, and he's got little packets of formula in his jacket, and you have somebody saying, no, you can't give that starving 2-year-old formula. Oh my God. You're not going to be able to understand the human capacity for all this evil without understanding that about human beings.
Right.
It's just impossible to grasp.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people are trying to grapple with that. All of these things that he describes in the song are absolutely part of the American experience, but it's not unique to America. But America still, like, it's interesting because there's still, like, very evident that in the American psyche, we're still trying to reconcile with how we started out. So we started out as a very violent, bloody people. Whether it's we're shirking the authority of the king, or how we engage native peoples, like we are a particularly violent group of people. And then when you look at the gun deaths in America, I mean, there's something about us where, like, 200-300 years from now, people are going to look back and go, what the hell was going on with them folks? It's just like Spartans. Like, Spartans, like, they were in a violent culture, but I'm not sure that they knew that they were in a violent culture. That was just their culture. You see what I'm saying? So it's very interesting. I don't know.
Yeah, when we first started talking to, like, Europeans, we, as in you and I, and, like, hearing their, like, questions and sort of shock about what was going on in America with, like, weapons and stuff like that, it like surprised me a little bit, because I, like, while I don't agree with, you know, all of the guns being accessible like that they are, I still think I was raised more like that, though, like the Constitution, like carry, everybody should have our weapons and stuff like that. So it was surprising to see how Europeans view it, because they're not under the same influence.
And they're not used to kids blowing each other away all the time.
Yeah. When he said the David and Goliath thing, for some reason that one went over my head. What was going on there?
We're David auditioning for a bunch of Goliaths, meaning
we're trying to find a David for Goliath or something.
Well, I think that's more of us going after much smaller countries who can't defend themselves.
Oh,
so we're Goliath. And we're having these other countries audition as Davids because we're bullying them.
So that's what happened with Vietnam. Vietnam turned into a David and Goliath struggle, and the Vietnamese beat us, right? Same thing with Afghanistan. It turned into a David and Goliath struggle. They beat us. So I think that's what he meant. Metlcat in the house. Gang, gang.
Yeah, I thought that this part was pretty wild. Because I never thought about it before. You don't give money to the bums on a corner with a sign bleeding from their gums, talking about how you
something about crack.
Well, okay. Talking about you don't support a crackhead, what you think happens to the money from your taxes. So yeah, that surprised me because it's true. Like, like the money from our taxes ends up going, it's lining a lot of people's pockets, and people in the higher ends, they're doing drugs too. But it's more hidden. You know what I mean? Like the person on the side of the street, it's right there, it's obvious, and the destruction is evident.
We just had, no disrespect, but Hunter Biden did a pretty major interview where he was talking about the virtues of crack and how pure it was and all the rest of it.
Oh, right, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, we were literally paid for this dude's drug habit. But whatever. I guess that was a myth according to our overlords over there at the New York Times. Yeah, like I understand songs like this. It was written in 2007. Kind of, to me, it's kind of like, okay, what's the forward look? Like, we understand that's how the country was established. We understand that there's pockets of race, like we've made progress, but we're not exactly where we need to be. I don't know of anybody that's like in our age bracket that doesn't understand that about this country. I think all of us have been pretty much disillusioned by the American way. Like, we understand that it's not as wholesome as we were taught. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But so it's kind of like, okay, how do we move on from that? It's kind of where I'm looking at it from.
Yeah, oh my God. So my mother sent me this picture of me and my siblings. I was like 12 years old or something like that. And this was back when we actually thought that we had like Native American roots.
Oh, God.
And so it was like this, like dress up and talk about the culture type situation.
Oh,
and I was like horrified because we had made our own costumes, and Dwayne here has informed us that this is not how Native people dressed. And just seeing myself, dressed up like that after being friends with people and understanding how offensive it is, I was like, oh my gosh. And my mother posted that picture out publicly on Facebook. Oh my gosh, this is horrible.
Wasn't there one where you were in blackface? No, it wasn't blackface. It was.
No, I was wearing an afro.
You had an afro. Yeah, as a
Yeah,
mascot.
and I had a very nice dress on.
A mascot.
Like it was one of those. What do you call it?
Be careful.
Like it was like like the blue, not the blues, jazz. Like it was like at a jazz bar or something.
Some sort of some kind of bar.
But I also didn't know that was offensive. But anyway.
Might as well just show up in blackface, honey.
But right. Well, I don't think that you might as well show up in blackface if you're gonna wear an afro. It's not. I don't think that's the same. Do you think it is?
Go ahead.
Do you think it is?
I mean, who am I to say? I'm just part of the black community.
You're black, so. Is it the same?
They're kind of the same. But yeah.
Kind of, or definitely is?
I mean, it's the same to me, but either. But go ahead.
But anyway, it was just crazy. Like when I saw that picture, and then thinking about like how everything started, and then giving the blankets to people like that were infected, and I don't know. It's just there's been a crazy ride that we've been on over here in the way that we treat other people, and like I guess when you look at America and all the things that where we've come, and like where we have so much more to go, and just that love being the highest principle, and love your neighbor like you love yourself being super, super important. And like when we can all come to that, and I was thinking this week about our animals and how like I think that's one of the reasons why God gave us pets, is because some of us can't understand love because we've been so hurt by, like you were saying, human nature. Like we're all we all have evil tendencies, and we hurt other people, and we're hurt by people, and we find ourselves holding grudges or unable to forgive people and separating ourselves from love. And then there are other people that have just been hurt so much that they can't allow themselves to get close to anybody else, but they have their pets, and in those little pet relationships there's love that they experience between the pet and that they give to the pet, and that is like a way of like also like a gift to be able to see that love is still the highest principle at the end of the day.
This song gets a solid 6 from me.
Oh really? A 6? I'm giving it an 8.6. So you didn't really like the sound of it that much? I mean, 5 is average, so you did give it a little above average, but was it the topic or was it the sound?
Well, it's like I said, it's like it's nothing we didn't know. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So, but it was good, interesting construction type of thing.
Shout out to Brother Ali and shout out to Robiwan. That concludes this here review.
I'm pretty sure we did Dance with the Devil. We've done that review, I'm pretty sure.
Up next is a total full stream by Metlcat. So we had the Brother Ali song first, but now we are going on to 4 of Metlcat songs. Metlcat, are you still here?
We're at 28:30.
Right.
With the timestamp. 28:30.
Yep. Okay, so we are doing the next song, which is 1914 is the name of the band. The song is called The Green Fields of France. And to my understanding, this was like originally done by somebody else and then redone by them. So you said what? What are we doing? 28:50. Okay.
Yeah, 28:50. Okay, The Green Fields of France is the name of this song. 1914 is the name of the band. Did you send me the lyrics you said?
Yep, I sent everything to you.
Let's go!
Let's do it!
Metlcat's still here. Excellent day. Okay, that was a 11-minute offering from the band 1914, The Greenfields of France. So we only got like a piece of the lyrics. I don't know, like what you were doing with those lyrics, bruh. Is that the whole thing right there?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah. I was like, what is going on with these lyrics? Okay, so Willie McBride seems to be this is a story about some dude, a kid who died in a war, maybe.
Yeah.
And
it sounds like he's kind of like sitting there.
Shortly.
He says, well, how do you do, young Willie McBride? So he must have just sat down there by the tombstone and then read the kid's thing and figured out how old he was.
Yeah, if I sit here by your graveside.
I remember when I was a kid, like, we would always end up at these, like, churches or whatever for, like, events. And some of the older ones would have graveyards attached to the church.
Yep.
And so when us kids would go play outside, we'd play around in the graveyard, running around. And I never liked it if people stepped on a headstone or just, like, jumped around, like, acting. There was two thoughts that I had. One was, that's really disrespectful to jump on a headstone, because I saw a kid jumping on one. But then my second thought was, but if I was a dead person and I was in my grave and I could just, like, only see what was going on in the cemetery, I would be glad the kid was jumping around on my gravestone, because I'd be like, some entertainment. So kind of sounds like this guy just sat down there by the gravestone and kind of read it. Anyway, what I was thinking when I was a kid was, wouldn't it be cool if you could, like, scan something and know a whole bunch about the person's life, which I would not be surprised if eventually they have that, like QR codes on gravestones, so then you can, it brings you to their Facebook and whatever else.
Wouldn't surprise me. Mm-hmm. Would not surprise me.
So he says, well, how do you do, young Willie McBride? Do you mind if I sit here down by your graveside and rest for a while in this? I was shocked when the song started that it was heavy like that. I did not expect that at all. Because when I was looking up the song, as you saw, I had only the small lyrics, which were from the original song. Because for some reason I was having trouble finding the lyrics for this one. So I'm like, well, it must be the same thing. I actually used AI to get me the lyrics, and they led me astray. But anyway, so I only had the first section. So when I saw the first section, and like, I was thinking, oh, this is going to be like sort of folky sounding. Mm-hmm. And then it went whoop, like heavy.
Yeah,
but I was like,
that
okay.
turned mega heavy.
Yeah, I was like, this kind of works there for the topic. Is there a reason why we haven't been delivered Red Bulls? So he says, do you mind if I sit here down by your graveside and rest for a while in the warm summer sun? I've been walking all day and I'm nearly done. I see by your gravestone, which, there we go. We kind of surmised that was the story. You were only 19 when you joined the Great Fallen in 1916. Jeez. I hope you died well, and I hope you died clean. Oh, young Willie McBride, was it slow and obscene? Did they beat the drum slowly? Did they play the life slowly? Did they sound the death march as they lowered you down? Did the band play the last post in chorus? Did the pipes play the flowers of the forest? Did you leave a wife or a sweetheart? So it's all these questions, which is literally what I was saying happened when I was standing by that gravestone. I was like, what is this person's story? The only thing that you can get is how old they were when they died. And when you see especially young deaths, it's more shocking and painful, because it's like, what? I mean, 19? 19.
Yeah, it's crazy. I got a son who's 20.
And a daughter who's 18, so it's
cannot imagine,
right in the middle.
I can't imagine sending that kid off to war.
No.
But I'm like, well, I mean, shit. Wow. It's crazy. It's just crazy. Damn, shout out to Willie McBride. Yeah, man. Did you die well? Like,
yeah.
That's such a crazy thing. I was watching this thing with Malcolm Jamal Warner, and it was his mom, the dude that drowned. And
wait.
You know the dude at the Cosby Show?
Oh, yeah,
and he drowned.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And his mom was like, a lot of you guys are hurt, but, just take solace in the fact that he didn't suffer. I'm like, he didn't suffer. What do you mean he didn't suffer? He drowned. Like, of course he suffered. What are you talking about?
Well, we always have heard that, from people that, like, are almost drowned and then fished out, that once you, like, take in the water into your lungs, like, it's a peaceful, like, freezing to death. There's the sort of peaceful crossover. It's the people that, like, get fished out, right? Like, it would have been too late. And they were like, yeah, it was peaceful at the end there once you suck in the water. So I think that's what she's talking about. And really, it's not like she wants to think about the struggle before.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, those are things people tell themselves, I guess. Like... I've listened to close to about 75 near-death experiences being narrated.
I actually thought it was higher than that. I'm surprised.
Well, I'm
okay.
shooting low, but
Okay,
I've read a lot of near-death experiences, and there's definitely some sort of crossover point where they accept that they're going to die.
Yeah.
And there is a sort of peace after that. That's of course if you have a good near-death experience. There's also people that end up in hell, and it's not a good experience. So, but yeah, these are all these slews of questions of like all you have left of a person's a headstone. Like when we were in Maine, the walking path that we used to take, one of them was by a considerable time by a graveyard. Mm-hmm. And now that I think about it, it was probably the perfect place to put a graveyard, to be honest with you.
Right by the water?
Yeah, because it was like overlooking the water.
Yeah. And
it was like kind of out of the way, so you kind of had to like make an effort to go there. Mm-hmm. Which also meant that it was kind of like undisturbed by people doing any foo-foo stuff. Sometimes though we'd walk by and you'd see people there. And you'd always wonder what the story was there, like who they'd lost or whatever. Yeah. But yeah, war is a hell of a thing, man. It's a real crazy, like,
Well, why is he assuming he died in the war? Oh, maybe because there's something also by the, a flag, or you can usually tell some paraphernalia that shows that.
Hey, what's up? What's up? The sun that shines in the green fields of France is a warm summer breeze that makes the poppies dance. It really makes you wonder, like, why is it that everything has to be secured in the death of young men?
Come on, bro.
We just got done looking at America. We're talking about like how America got established. Now we're in a time machine. You end up in France, and here's this poor kid, never really got to enjoy life. And now it's over for him.
Yeah.
Like, it's just crazy to me. Like, they did a remake of All Quiet on the Western Front. That was pretty. They did a really, really good job of explaining it, because it starts with these kids at this like boarding school, and they're basically getting drafted to the war. And it starts out, they're so excited, they're all happy. Oh, this is gonna be great. It's being a young kid, not understanding your own mortality.
Yeah.
And like, I don't want to spoil it, but like, from moment one, battle one, like, losing childhood friends that you grew up with, like, just immediately out of nowhere, and there's not a lot of like pomp and circumstance. It's like, there's your dead friend, throw him over there, we gotta go over here, and it's like, whoa, dude, like,
and it's not like
insane shock to the system.
When you hear the stories too, it's not like the movies where somebody gets shot and there's like a little blood coming out and then they just fall over. Sometimes it's extremely graphic and really horrifying, and you're standing by the person and they get hit and you don't. And it was I never thought of that element of war. Like, I always assumed, because I would have never wanted to fight in a war, so I never I hadn't considered that somebody would be really excited about it, and like, I mean, kids, especially boys, play with guns. They pretend to shoot each other, shoot this, shoot that. So you could see how this has been a game, a fun game throughout your life, and you're gonna go join, and then like reality, like the moment that reality like smacks you in the face, and your friend is over there, and you have to keep going over there, and you realize that there is no end in sight. Like mom's not anywhere near, and when they call for their moms, oh man, that's just from the perspective of a mother hearing that. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like leaders of these various countries are so like lackadaisical about sending kids off to war or initiating conflicts or going to war.
Yep.
And like I see these people, they talk so glibly about war. Oh, we're gonna have to do this, we're gonna have to do that. And it's like none of the people that are talking and making those decisions are going to have to go to war. Mm-hmm. And neither are their children.
Or their children, right?
Like that's a crazy thing for me. Like I'd be all for it. You want to expand the empire and you want to do a bunch of American war games, great.
Do it the way they used to. You're the leader, go up in the front.
You and your son, you guys go at the front and we'll be right there behind you. And we'll do whatever we need to do for the empire. Like,
I mean, honestly, like I'm not sure if you guys are aware of a lot of the information about Islam, but there was a battle where Muhammad went and he took the armor himself and pinned himself up in the high thing and had the other ones go there and fight. And like when you hear the
shout out to my homie Muhammad,
when you hear
man.
the story, it's like it's shameful, it's laughable, but honestly, he at least was within sight of the fighting. Not like our leaders. Our leaders are all the way over there, sending our boys all the way over there.
Yeah.
So I mean, the Muhammad story's laughable, but I mean, he was at least there.
Yeah. Shout out to Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. He was there, but
I'm not a Muhammad fan, but
you let them dudes take all them bullets for you, boy. Shout out to Talha.
And you took the gear.
Both sides of the armor.
You took the armor.
Yeah, that was that battle too. The guy goes up to Muhammad. He said, "Ya Rasulullah, is this true?" Muhammad said, "What?" He says, "Is it true that Allah loves it when his servant runs into battle without armor?" And Muhammad said, "Yes." So the guy took off his armor. Muhammad promptly put the armor onto himself. So now he's got a front coat and a back coat. And this guy ran enthusiastically to his own death.
That's so bad, bro.
Shout out to Muhammad. But Muhammad made it out, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The sun now shines on the green fields of France. You know, I don't really know much about... I would love to hear the story. It's one of my favorite things in the channel, where like you get to see like certain European countries and how they fought like during World War II, like the Finnish folk. Shout out to big homie Kai. Like what they had to go through and how they had to fight. Because as American, you only know about us and our fight for whatever. We don't really know the heroic stories of the other the other folks.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So that is one of my favorite things that I learned from this channel. So, like, rest in peace to all the beautiful boys over there in France, man. Damn.
Jet, I mean, she says, why do they never yell for their dad? My assumption is because it's like, okay, so like the other day, one of our boys, they fell outside. And I like ran over, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm like poo-pooing them. And Vin's like, okay, that's enough. It's going on too long. And so I think that maybe like mothers do the comforting sort of whatever throughout their lives, and that fathers are like, okay, man up, blah, blah, blah. But I think that at that moment, like when they're dying, that like comfort of mom is that's my assumption. I mean, that's my guess. They just want the comfort of their mom as they're dying. And they probably know that their mother's going to be super sad. I don't know. What's your take on it?
I've only been in a kinetic environment one time where a person asked for their father, but it couldn't have been more than an 8-year-old, and he was looking for his dad. So he was asking if we'd seen his dad.
Yeah, but that's not the same. We're talking about what?
I mean, obviously it sticks out to me, obviously, but yeah, I mean, it wasn't. Yeah.
No, why would... Yeah, no, it sticks out to you, but what we're talking about is not like an 8-year-old. We're talking about people in war and why they call for their mom.
I know. I'm just saying, like, the only time I've ever heard somebody call for their dad is that kid.
Yeah.
But, yeah, man. Yeah, I don't know.
What's up, Neil?
I don't know. I've been in situations where I thought I'm for sure gonna die, and I wasn't thinking about my mom.
What were you thinking about?
What was I thinking about? I'll tell you that later. All right. I like this song a lot. 9.fall. 9.fall.
8.8, 8.9.
Came out with the heaviness.
Yeah, 8.9. 8.9. I was totally
Had that
shocked.
heavy shit.
I was totally shocked.
What do you mean you were shocked? Shocked out?
I didn't think that it was going to be heavy like that. I thought I was going into something folky.
Thought you were going to get some weak sauce shit?
Well,
Big
I
homie
didn't say
Neil
weak
is
sauce.
here.
You said weak sauce.
All right, we shall return. Commercial break. We'll see you guys on the other side of the break. Vid out.
Sorry, out.
Gone. I'm Vin.
I'm sorry.
If you would like to get your song reviewed, dear listener, there's the Filthy Capitalist option. As Sorry says, 125 gets you straight to the head of the line. You don't have to be a part of the alliance. You don't have to be part of the group.
Wait a minute.
And the biggest thing is you don't have to wait. You hop, skip, and jump right in front of everybody. 125 gets you there. You do that 3 times, and then get mashed down to the $75 rate for perpetuity.
Yes!
Also, there is a band review option. So if you've got a band and you're trying to get your band some exposure, hit me up at itsorry@gmail.com, and I'll show you the details about how to pull
You
that
can
off.
also jump on Patreon, and there is a option on the tiers to be able to get your band reviewed. Obviously, we can't lie to you, so we can't guarantee,
Can't
a
guarantee
positive
you a
review.
positive review.
Get what you get.
It's just rubbish.
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 That's British for garbage.
My favorite is the community option. $1 at the gate gets you in at Patreon. You get to join an alliance. The alliance joins their points together, and that helps determine what songs that we do.
The alliances hang out on Discord.
Message me on Patreon to get the link.
They do all kinds of other cool things. They do Minecraft, Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah. It's really a community within the community. Anybody can go in the village, facebook.com/VinandSorry. There's 160,000+ people on the channel. What's cool about the Discord is that it offers a real opportunity for community connection, friendship, that type of thing.
And it's on Discord, so if you're not a Facebook person, it's for you.
You start off at $1.
Right.
Plus you get exclusives. Sorry and I are working on a song. So the first 15 seconds of that was on Patreon. Also, at $15 tier and above, when we actually debut the video, they're going to be there live with us. There you are, dear listener.
Buy merch.
Buy our merch indeed, and y'all shall lead them.
To buy our merch.
Yes, dear listener. Yes, dear listener. Yes, dear listener.
Listen, I have to go back out there. I totally forgot that I made this amazing chicken for you, and it's still cooking in the oven. So, we can't forget it.
Okay.
I think I gotta check it in like 20 minutes. Okay. All right. Welcome to the stream. DJ Metlcat is our DJ tonight, and he is choosing the songs, the tunes, the music we are going to consume.
Consume.
Up next is a band called Nails. The name of the song is Unsilent Death. My God. Live at FYA 2025. Okay, so this
is rather recent.
So the song is going to start at 29:25, and it's going to the very end. Let's check it out.
What's it called?
Nails. Unsilent Death. 25.
Starting at 29.
For the current hardcore.
Hope this is not an official video.
Yeah.
Because you saw what happened to us last time we played an official video.
Oh my gosh.
What?
So I returned my flute today. The wooden flute that I purchased. Straight.
Alright guys, here we go.
Let's go.
59:30.
Nails.
59:30.
59:30. Let's go.
Nails, here we go.
Here's our last song! FYA, all of you! Bob, everybody up with this fucking fest! This is for you! Fucking love you! This is a sign of fucking death! 1, 2, 3, go! Thank you.
All right. Rock
That
on, communists!
was awesome.
Rock on!
That was awesome. Okay.
I guess these guys are communists. They got the hammer and the sickle.
Oh, I missed that.
I mean, shout out to them. Viva communism. I don't care. Eat the rich, whatever you want.
Anyway.
Revo in the house!
That was Revo.
Man.
What's up?
I've had Revo stream in such a long time. Okay.
In quite
that
some
was the song of the night
time.
for me. Song of the night for me. That is what metal is about. Metal is about that, man. At the end of the day, can you get people moving in your live show? Period. End of story. That's it. Can you get people moving on your live show? And we've been to a lot of bands like this close to them, dear listener. We've been on the stage with these bands, dear listener. And a lot of them can't do it. Just can't do it. Go ahead.
But they can. They most certainly can. From the jump. Even it was their final song of the set. So as soon as they started, they were already into it. So we just got thrown into it. It was very exciting. I loved the energy. I loved that big open space like that was interesting.
Yeah.
And the movements that they were doing, I don't know, they were all kind of doing the same sort of.
Who, the people, the moshies?
Well, they were doing this arm thing that I have not seen people do.
Yeah, the song might have been mediocre. I don't care. People like the song is mediocre. I don't care.
Have you not heard about knuckle draggers?
Have you not heard about?
Yeah. So that was surprising. There was one guy that was a little bit on the larger side, and he jumped into that crowd. I was wondering if they were going to catch him, because I actually put up a short, weeks ago, where this kid literally, he was, doing his thing. It really didn't get a lot of views. I think people thought it was going to be boring, but it was worth the look. He jumps into the crowd, and they catch him, but they're like pulling at him, like somebody literally pulls his nose up like this.
God.
It was so friggin' rude.
Jesus.
I was like, man, the nose thing, that's way too much. Too far. But
Too far.
yeah, these people were having a great time.
So that's hardcore dancing, I heard. That's called hardcore dancing, according to Neil and Metlcat himself.
And you even saw like people like gassing out, you know? You gotta
People
get that.
were tired? Yeah,
Yeah, you
of
gotta get
course.
that cardio up.
Of course,
to be able to
yeah,
keep up
of
with this
course.
band. You're not showing up without cardio and gonna be able to do it the whole time. That
Let me
was
see if I can pull up some
that was
lyrics here.
friggin'
See what
fun.
this man is talking about.
Born guilty into this prison, they won't be forgiven. Consumed with vengeance. That's interesting because we were talking about vengeance the other day.
Vengeance!
All right. Born guilty into this prison, they won't be forgiven. Consumed with vengeance, life is a death sentence. Oh, okay. Tormented screams come from the shadows. Torn from the womb, placed in the gallows.
Torn from the womb, placed in the gallows. That's a
Verdict,
good line.
yeah. Guilty,
Good line.
sentenced to death. Verdict reached, judgment passed, rope around the neck, sentenced to death. No mercy, I won't make it quick. Leave you in a shallow ditch. Ooh. Guilty, life is a death sentence. They will not be forgiven. Repeated over and over. Life is a death sentence is the end.
Yeah, I mean, they won't be forgiven. I mean, if life is a death sentence, then...
Born guilty into this prison. By prison, do they you think he means life?
Yeah. Yeah. Life itself seems to be the punishment.
They won't be forgiven.
So having to
It's interesting
live,
that he said they and not we.
having to live through all this, to him is the punishment. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Guilty, life is a death sentence.
Who is he saying is consumed with vengeance? Everyone?
What does it say? Consumed with? There it is.
Third
Consumed
line.
with vengeance, life is a death sentence. Consumed with life is a death sentence. Looks like life itself. Maybe that's explaining why life is a death sentence, because it's an act of vengeance. That's insane. So it looks like he's saying that life itself is an act of vengeance from God. Yikes.
That's what, oh wow. I kind of was thinking that it was like you're born. Well, it's interesting because we are under the belief that when you're born, you're already a sinner. Yeah, you are born guilty into this life, which, some people look at that and they're like, wow, how dare you say a baby is a sinner? Like what crime you've committed? But it's actually, I see the relief in our children when we've begun to teach them that doctrine, because we have some of our kids are like, yeah, they like to be bad and they like to not care that they're bad. Namely our 2-year-old.
Yeah, he doesn't, he really truly doesn't care.
No, he doesn't care. He does what he wants when he wants. But we have another kid who's very, very conscious about doing the right thing, but he's not perfect. He does a lot of things that he shouldn't do. And like, you can see that he feels like when you start talking to him, like he gets like, he feels bad about it.
He is a very sensitive conscience.
Yeah. But teaching him that, look, we're all bad. Like the first time I said, look, honey, we're all bad. And then he was like, looked at me. He was like, you? I was like, oh yeah, I'm bad. And then I was like, Daddy's bad? He's like, Daddy's bad. So, like, once they have the understanding that, like, okay, it's basically like, once you understand what your shortcoming is, then you can figure out ways how to overcome that. So if you know that look, we're all sinners, we're all going to screw up. So even as hard as you try to be perfect, you're not going to be able to be. So that consumed with vengeance thing, to me, was there's the idea that our feet are quick to shed blood. Like we're ready to react quickly to people. We're quick to say something. We're slow to listen to what people have to say. We're slow to try to understand what's going on. We just hear something and we go off on it. And so consumed with vengeance, I took that as like the all of humanity, that we are born guilty into this prison and we're not going to get forgiven and we're full of vengeance. And it's just like this. It sort of kind of sounds like before the flood, when it said that like they only did evil continually. Mm-hmm. But then he gives you a little bit more about what is going on when we're in this state. And he says, tormented screams come from the shadows, torn from the womb, placed in the gallows. So then he kind of like builds this bigger picture that like I was well, I'm not gonna say. I was reading these posts by these different people, and some of them were saying like,
He's saying those aren't the right lyrics.
What?
That's what Metlcat said.
Well, he would know. He would know. How did this happen? How did this happen? Here we go. I mean, cool lyrics, regardless. Well, it's true. It was so heavy. We didn't.
Yeah,
we didn't
everyone's like,
follow
I
the
don't
lyrics.
remember seeing these lyrics there.
Right here.
That looks like it, though.
Yeah, I think this is the one that I took. Born guilty into this prison. Yeah, this is where I thought I got it from.
Yeah, that's the right song. I don't know. We're gonna listen to these people. Go back to where you were. Go back to where you were. Enjoy your peanuts. Enjoy your peanuts. Later, Tina Benina.
Bye.
Gang, gang.
So then he says, okay, so the person was saying, like, I don't know what to do. Like, I'm hearing screaming in my head. Like, I just, like, and then other people were saying what they're hearing. It was pretty wild. So when he said tormented screams come from the shadows, like, there's multiple ways that you can look at that. It could be the shadows of, like, the world inside yourself that you create. It could be the shadows of what is unseen that we, like, there's shadows in this world where things are happening. I mean, we have the whole Epstein files, right? And everybody's trying to cover it. It's trying to get like, oh, let's put something else out. So that way our focus will get off onto something else. Okay, now Trump it's like you said, Trump he's getting everybody, all the homeless out of there. And he says things that like, they kind of trigger people, and then people get focused. And I agree with you. I think that there's this sort of like, hey, don't look at this anymore. Like, don't look at the Epstein files. Let's just go on to something else. But there are tormented screams that come from the shadows, from both like the evil, but also the victims. And then he says, torn from the womb, placed in the gallows, which is crazy because the gallows is sort of like the punishment for your guilt, like your death sentence. And he's saying you're torn from the womb and placed right there, which is pretty crazy. Ben Webb.
I guess there's this Jax Films that's like did a recording of us. Like they took one of our videos. I don't know what it is, but
yeah, send us the link.
Everybody keeps saying Jax Films did a
and what
thing
he's
on
saying.
you guys.
I got clowned on. Life is okay, yeah. So then he says, verdict reached, guilty, sentenced to death, which was the gallows before. Verdict reached, judgment passed, rope around the neck, sentenced to death, no mercy. I won't make it quick, leave you in a shallow ditch. Well, that's interesting because I remember at the beginning I was like, why is he not saying we? He's saying they, and now he's referring to himself. He's saying verdict reached, judgment passed, rope around the neck. I won't make it quick. So he's the one that's executing the judgment. Mm-hmm. These reactors don't ever move from our shorts. Oh, that's funny. That's funny.
This guy's got like 5 million subs, man. Damn, bro.
So why do you think that he's setting himself as the judge or the executioner? That kind of.
That's how most people are, though. Because everybody that sits in judgment of somebody else has made themselves the judge and the executioner to some degry. Every time you hear these serial killers and they hate humanity, they're always like the exception. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? It's never consistent. I
love the song.
I love the live show.
I love the song.
The vast majority of this score is because of just how fun the show was. 9.7,
yeah.
I don't care what
it's
you
true.
say.
It's a 9.7, and you know what? The crowd also brought the points up. Like, everybody was enjoying themselves. So apparently they're coming to Florida, so be ready for that, people.
They're probably from Florida.
Maybe. Maybe not.
All right,
you guys, that was
Nails
Unsilent Death.
More is on the way.
I gotta check that trigger.
We shall Vince Story making. Yeah, I'll hang out with you guys. Story's got to check on something. We got 2 more songs to go. Technically, it's 1 more song to go, but he cleared it with you. He said. Yeah, that's funny. That's funny. These reactors don't move. What's up, Ben Webb? Good to see you, baby. Good to see you, Ben Webb. Okay, Jax Films created a secondary channel to clown on Sniper Wolf. JJ Jax Films. All right, you ready?
Okay, I am.
All right, what are we doing? Propagandhi, the only good fascist is a very dead fascist. Allahu Akbar.
Oh my God.
All right, let's go with 1 hour and 16-minute timestamp.
1:16. Let's go.
All right, guys, here we go. I wonder what this song's going to be about. It might be political. The only good fascist is a very dead fascist by Propagandhi. Oh, my Lord. Here we go.
You said 1:16?
Yep. Let's go now.
And clan robes, sexist, racist, homophobes, Aryan nations and hammer skins. You can wear my nuts on your Nazi chins. I love a man in uniform. Just what exactly are the great historical accomplishments of your race that make you proud to be white? Capitalism, slavery, genocide, sitcoms? This is your fucking white history, my friend. So why don't we start making a history worth being proud of and start fighting the real fucking enemy? Swastikas and clan robes, sexist, racist, homophobes. This one's for the master race. My brown power ass in your white power face. Kill them all and let a Norse god sort them out!
What? Are you kidding me?
I think that's the whole song. He said, kill them all and let their Norse gods sort them out. Is that what he said?
What he said? I didn't hear that part. My gosh.
Damn. Swastikas and clan robes. Hold on. Damn.
Oh my gosh.
He just said it right there. Bang.
That is interesting.
All right. What stuck out for you?
I mean, I'm a little distracted by,
Also, can we call Trump a fascist now that he's using the military to oppress citizens while trying to repeal protections and censoring media outlets? I will say this. If we ever had a president that was leaning towards fascism, it would definitely be him. I still find it hard to believe that he's a fascist when every third person can mock him and make fun of him. Mm-hmm. But your point is well taken. I think we probably should have took the fascist thing with him a little bit more seriously. The other side of this is that just because it's not like necessarily fascism doesn't mean it's not dangerous and destructive. Like when the fascists were around, there was no fascism to refer to. Mm-hmm. It was some new fresh hell, mm-hmm. right? So like the people that are saying fascist about Trump may be mistaken, but not in the way that a lot of people think. Like it might not be like fascism like exactly on brand, but it is something.
yeah.
And whatever it is, it's not good. You see what I'm saying? And it might be that, you know, 10 to 20 years from now, some poli-sci major is going to be able to accurately define whatever the hell Trump and what he's doing is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And just because it's not the word fascist doesn't necessarily make it less dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
the point is taken.
Yeah.
Fascists are okay. Swastikas and clan robes, sexist, racist, homophobes, Aryan nations and hammerskins. You can wear my nuts on your Nazi chins. Oh my God. Yikes. God, I love him.
He put the Thigh Master in there.
What about your race that makes you proud to be white? Capitalism, slavery, genocide, sitcoms, guns, war, pollution, addiction, NAFTA, Thigh Master.
What's your white history, my friend?
Okay.
So why don't we start making a history worth being proud of and start fighting the real enemy, the white male capitalist supremacist? You know what? Go ahead.
How can you say that white men
My
are the
brown power ass and your white power face?
white men are the enemy? Why don't we start making a history worth being proud of and start fighting the real fucking enemy, the white male capitalist supremacist? I just can't go there. I can't go there. It's so stupid. What do you mean? What do white people have to be proud of? They went to the fucking moon. What are we talking about here?
If they did.
If they did. Well, if they did go to the moon, then that's even more of an accomplishment.
Right.
Make a nigga think you went to the moon, nigga.
Right.
I just like, aren't we over this now? The white man's the root of all our fucking everything wrong is white dudes. They haven't done anything to contribute to the human family. Nothing. Nothing.
Yeah, but it's
ridiculous.
It's easier to look at someone else than it is to look at yourself. So,
I mean, what year was this song written?
known.
This song seems very like
known.
It seems very like 2018 to 2021 to me.
Is that something we can chat GBT?
It just seems very, right at the beginning of the Trump administration, 1996. Holy shit! All right.
Right at the beginning of the Trump era. Wow, so that must have been pretty crazy for him to be saying at the time, right? In 96?
That's why he brought up the Thigh Master. That's why he brought up the Thigh Master. It's because they were doing that shit in 96. I mean, I think everybody should take pride in the accomplishments of their fathers. That's what I think. And I think this, to me, is, again, one of the reasons, like, the more social issues I come across, the more obvious it becomes to me that the Christian worldview is the only worldview that makes sense of the world and will give us enough space to live in harmony with each other. So here we go. I got an entire group of people called white people. And they're living in a post-World War II environment where there's a lot of judgmentalism. Prior to World War II, this whole idea where you're clearing out people, killing them wholesale, all that was not something people felt bad about. It just wasn't. World War II, Geneva Convention, yada, yada, yada. We got rules, yada, yada, yada. Now, all of a sudden, because of what happened with the Nazis, and humanity was finally exposed. A lot of it having to do with the media. We were finally exposed to the actual fruit of war and its consequences. And so now, when you look back at history and go, oh, your forefathers were Hitler to the Native Americans. You did this, you did that, you did this, you did that. Now you have this crazy conundrum with, how do I take pride and honor my fathers? How do I deal with the fact that my fathers were horrible, terrible, nasty, rotten people? How do I deal with the fact that I'm benefiting right now from their horrible, nasty, evil behavior? How do I reconcile all of these things? And secularists don't have a way to reconcile these things. But it's only the Christian worldview that really puts it down simply. Your forefathers are in the image and likeness of God, and because of that, they're going to accomplish great things. And in that, insofar as they reflect God, you should be proud. You should be proud that your fathers went to the moon. You should be proud that they were brave enough to discover the new world. You should be proud of all of that shit. Then the Bible says that humanity fell into sin, and because of that, all of us are infected with sin, and because of that, the best of us are still going to commit horrible atrocities left to ourselves because human nature is sinful. So we're simultaneously angelic and demonic. So you can look back at your past with that paradigm. And then the third plank we have is that Jesus died to forgive us of our sinfulness, to restore us back to what we were originally so that we can go off and be glorious together as a human family. Okay, so now I got all these three things. When I look in the past and I look at my fathers, the first thing I want to look for is, how did they image God? Well, we invented the wheel, we invented fire. I mean, it's pretty cool stuff as brown people in the world. Okay, how did the fall affect black people? Well, we invented slavery. We must have invented slavery because we're the original man. So good. Okay, so both of those are there. You be proud of your heritage, and at the same time, you have to acknowledge that your people were stained with sin. And now, here's the deal. I am the inheritor and the beneficiary of the horrible crimes of my fathers. And white people are the inheritors and the beneficiaries of the horrible crimes of their fathers. We don't need to say, all of our forefathers were horrible. All the guys that built America were horrible. Oh, they all owned slaves. Blah, 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 blah. So everything they did was wrong. No. You say their slave owning is part of their sinful nature. The Constitution was part of the image of God as one of the greatest ideas humankind has ever seen. They pulled that off. They were both.
Yep.
We learn from the mistakes of our fathers, and we celebrate and we try to emulate the good things that our fathers did. Problem solved. But if you don't have that, and you don't have a cross, you get a bunch of people pointing at another bunch of people and saying, you're the problem. You're the problem for all the world's ills. A white male capitalist. He is the problem. He is the root of all the ills of the world. He's done no good at all. Not at all. We're not on Facebook and GPT because of white males. No. I mean, come on, guys. I mean, come on. Yeah, so that's my way of solving the problem, man, is that this whole thing where we put it on one group of people to explain all the ills of humanity, that's not going to work. But see, God understands that tendency. So what he did was he sent Jesus and he said, okay, put it all on him. Right? I don't need to blame every single white person for all the ills of the world, because there's already been a person that God has taken out of all that frustration on, and his name is Jesus. So I don't need to re-crucify Jesus by going after white people and saying that white people are horrible and blah 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 blah, like they're human beings. And if you think for 1 second that when the white man gets dethroned that we're going to be living in some utopia, go ask ancient Sumeria if that's the case. It's like all of us were living in nirvana, and then, oh shit, here came the white people. Oh no! There was no sexual assault or slavery or robbery or murder or idolatry. We didn't have people baking their babies alive and shit until white people showed up. Ridiculous! Ridiculous. We have three principles, dear listener. All human beings are in the image of God. Because of that, they're going to do amazing things. All human beings are sons of Adam and daughters of Eve, and because of that, they're going to do horrible things. And then we have Jesus, who paid the price for all the horrible things, and then rose again and said, okay, let's start a world where we're only doing the good things. That's the message. And we can sit and point at white people all we want, but white people are not the reason that you're selfish. So, anyway, I understand the song. I get it. I get it. I get it. It's a good 8 for me. It's a good 8 for me.
I'm gonna go with a 7.2. All right.
Capitalism is indeed the root of all the ills of the modern world. Ben, if you had all the capital in the world, I believe that we would not have a healthcare crisis. So capital is not the problem. Human selfishness is the problem. Right? It's human nature that's the problem. All right, dear listener, we got one more song for you beautiful people.
All right.
Unless you're white, in which case, just shut off the TV. No whites allowed.
All right. Last song on our list is Paradise Lost, As I Die.
Ugh. Paradise Lost, As I Die.
And I will take the timestamp for that.
Yeah. I don't have a problem with the song itself. You know what I'm saying, Metlcat? It's just the message. It's pretty crazy. Okay. All right, guys, here we go. Timestamp is 1:30. Let's do the 1:30 clean.
Got it.
We got Paradise Lost. I don't know. Maybe you guys have heard of them. Maybe you haven't. As I Die. Let's check it out. Let's go this way. All right, guys, here we go now.
That was a short song.
It's a good one, though.
Nope.
I enjoyed
Very
it.
good. Moving.
Power. What did the guy say? Powerful?
Yeah, powerful. It left us in silence.
Yeah.
All right. We're going to get this song going in just a second.
Don't. Okay, we're back.
Did we freeze?
I was like, no.
Type 22 if you can hear us. Type 23 if you can see us. Yikes.
Okay, that was almost like poppy. The fans of this band are gonna kill me, but it was a poppy sounding. It was like had a little melody to it, especially with the guitar. These guys know how to do melody really good, even without melodic vocals. They do a really good job at that. What was going on with you?
It kind of had a little sludgy sound to me.
Guitar wise, okay, I can see that.
What?
That guy, the vocalist this time remind me of the Typo guy.
Oh. That sort of slow, like,
Yeah.
As I die, stare at eyes, uphold me, and wait to see right through and curse me. The love has crippled you. I'm confused.
I think the real issue here for him is, okay, they ended up going through a pop phase for a bit.
Good job.
Okay, so it's kind of poppy.
Shout out to you.
Shout out to me. It looks to me like this is a salient line here where it says, "Shadows haunt the night, burning my disguise, reaping through the truth. Life becomes untrue, sin the last aversion. My fate will be untouched, dismissed now the anger of a fool." It looks like it's got the verse, chorus, verse structure, a pretty big departure from the death metal sound from their first two records. Okay, so it looks like the girl found out something about him that made it so that they can't be together anymore, it looks like.
What? It's a relationship song?
Yeah.
How did I miss this?
Look, stare as eyes uphold me and wait to see right through and curse me. The love has crippled you. The love has crippled you.
Okay.
Shadows haunt the night, burning my disguise, reaping through the truth. Life becomes untrue. This has happened like multiple times in shows, and I know it's also like very real life. But the guy will either be in the army or he's in some underworld or whatever, and his girl always tells him, "Oh, you could tell me what happened, tell me everything you did. I'll be here to support you." And then the guy, every time it happens, I'm like, "Don't do it." So then he'll be like, "All right." So then he'll go and he'll explain like, "Oh, we got jammed up here and, you know, I ended up killing this guy, whatever. And immediately you see the girl's face like turns to absolute horror. And you could tell in the look of the guy that like he really thought he was going to be able to say that to her. And she, it's best you don't say anything. So, he'll, you know what show I'm talking about, right?
I do.
There's this one guy explained what happened, and the girl was completely horrified.
I mean, he only knew her for like a friggin' couple months.
Well, yeah, but in the other show, they were married for like years. And then he explained what he
That one was a little surprising to me.
It was not surprising. I told you from deep. I told you, I'm like, don't do it. He goes off and does it anyway.
Yeah.
So it's what reminded. This song reminded me of that. Burning my disguise, reaping through the truth. Life becomes untrue. Sin the last aversion. My fate will be untouched. Dismissed now the anger of a fool. Shadows haunt the night. Forgive me as I die. Taking a chance and take what you gain. My soul, it has no price. You punish me. Can't you see I'm not real? Yeah. So like it looks to me like something got uncovered. She discovered it. He is being punished for it because he's not real anymore. And he's accusing her of punishing him, but I don't know. I think you do a lot of that punishment yourself, and you're mad at the person for expressing your own condemnation with whatever act you did or whatever.
Wow, that's crazy.
This is why you never go steady with a woman that asks you about work. I mean, I used to have a friend that really thought like that. And anytime there'd be a conflict, he'd be like, see? This is just not the type of job for people that have significant others.
Yeah, but I think that both could be said. You could say, like, never go steady with a girl that asks questions about work. You could also say, never go steady with a guy that doesn't talk about work.
Yeah.
So there are some people that don't want to hear about it.
That's what my friend said. He was like, it's on them too. They shouldn't be with y'all neither.
Yeah, if I do think that's important. You should figure that out before you get there. If you're the type of person that's super curious and you want to know, or you feel like you have to know, and the person has a type of job that they're not going to tell you, then you need to factor that into the situation. But I can understand, like you're saying with the shows, how, the guy talks about it. I can't imagine having something that big or that salient that I couldn't talk about with you. Like, that would be very difficult for me. But I don't know. It's hard for me to even imagine. It's hard for me to imagine having something that big that if you told the person would, like, completely change how that they would look at you. And then holding that secret inside. I don't know. That seems like it would be a burden, a really heavy burden. But I don't know. Maybe it's not. Maybe for the people that carry it, it's like they're. I don't know. I can't speak for them. I don't know. You assume something is some way based off of how you feel about it, but obviously the man that told his wife and then she completely flipped on him, he had to carry a very heavy burden after that.
It happens to a lot of dudes, man. But that's what the song reminded me of. It reminded me of that. Like, some of that was going on. Like, relationships are just so tough, man. Like, there's just so many things that can go to fuck it up, or miscommunications. People think that they're at one place and they're not, and whatever. Mm-hmm. This dude just accused you of working for Shin Bet.
I don't know who that is.
That's the Israeli FBI, basically.
Israeli?
Sori is secretly Shin Bet. Surprising, I know, and all this anti-Israel stuff. It's just shocking. Yeah. I give this one a solid 8. Solid 8.5. I really like this band. I've never heard a bad song from this band.
Oh, really?
And they're kind of like heavy new wave to me, almost. Like that 80s like new wave sound. Like, It's like that, only like a real metal version of it.
Interesting. Wow, that is... Okay, so when he says... hold on. What about when he says, total release is out of harm's way until I can decide? You punish me. Can't you see I'm not real?
Well, I'm assuming, because it's this band, that the original issue is probably that this guy's probably a vampire. I don't know if this is a concept record or something like that, but this band seems like a very gothy band to me. Mm-hmm. So it seems like the secret or whatever that was happening is that this guy is a vampire, is what it looks like to me. So it would make sense taking a chance and take what you gain. My soul, it has no price. Total release is out of harm's way until I can decide. Like, he's going to decide whether or not he's going to, like, turn her into another vampire like himself. You see what I'm saying? They're the quintessential goth metal band. Yeah, I thought so. This song comes from the album right before the one with True Belief on it. True Belief is my favorite. True Belief is in my playlist.
Ooh.
True Belief is in my run list, believe it or not. I love that song. That's also a Paradise Lost song, for sure. So, yeah.
Okay, so, all right.
If he's a vampire, then the secret that he's nursing or whatever is, and the curse would be, he's a vampire, but the girl that he's with is not a vampire.
So when he says...
So he's got to decide whether or not he's going to munch her up and then turn her into a vampire. See what I'm saying?
So when he says total release is out of harm's way until I can deciding whether or not he's going to bite her.
Right.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Right.
All right. Well.
Just think about Twilight. Remember?
It's been a while.
Yeah, you were a big Twilight person back in that time. So just
been a
imagine. Just imagine. Yeah. So, what did you give this song?
I was a Twilight fan. Secretly, I thought that you were a vampire.
Secretly.
I secretly thought Vin was a vampire.
Secretly.
I kept waiting.
They Peter stole their whole feel with this song. What song? Oh, you were waiting on me to when you were watching Twilight?
Yeah. Either he thinks I'm gross or he's not a vampire. All right. So what did you give this one? You gave it an 8.2. Is that what you said?
I give it an 8.8.
I gave it an 8.2.
You get 8.2? Mm-hmm. Well, there you are, dear
So that
listener.
was Metlcat.
That was Metlcat.
Be on the lookout, you guys. This week we have Wednesday and Thursday. On Wednesday, we're gonna start Wednesday, the show series.
Yes, we are.
That'll be fun. We're
Is
gonna
that
do
tomorrow?
2 episodes tomorrow.
Yeah, Wednesday's tomorrow.
And then 2 episodes the day after. What is that? How did we do that?
I don't
Is it
know.
This?
Is it Wednesday? Yeah. I don't know.
Okay. Anyway, I thought it was the 2. We're gonna do 2 episodes and then 2 episodes the next day. And I figured you would, Ben. Ben's going with it. You think I'm gross. And then we are gonna. No, I don't actually read anything but the Bible, or I do actually like to read like strange and interesting facts. I just found out about this story that I'm sure all of you guys are gonna know. 2 really weird stories. One of them was that poop cruise ship. That was friggin' wild.
What?
There was a cruise ship. It was Carnival cruise ship.
Yeah.
And apparently on their tickets, they said that they don't guarantee safe passage, a worthy vessel, sanitation, or good food or something like that. It was crazy.
They don't guarantee
They
it?
don't. They don't. So they couldn't get sued when this happened. They had a ship. They said that actually a cruise ship is the biggest machine that is on the planet. And it's basically like a skyscraper laid over in the water, and there's like 4,000 people on it. Everybody's on their vacationing, they're partying it up, whatever. All of a sudden, friggin' smoke is coming out of the drains. There was a fire in one of the areas, and it they thought that the techs were gonna be able to go and fix the problem, but it burned everything, and so they had no electricity. That means they couldn't flush the toilets. They had no refrigeration. They couldn't propel the ship. It was a disaster. And I'm telling you, it was so crazy hearing this story. And literally I felt dizzy when I saw you guys. Plug your ears, babe. You're not going to want to hear this part. So because they couldn't flush the toilets, they were like, we have to get on top of this problem before it becomes a problem. So they decided to tell everybody to pee in the showers and to poo in these red bags. And people were horrified that they had to use these red bags, which I understand. It's gross. Probably not a way to wash their hands if there's not running water situations, whatever. Anyway, it was crazy because as I'm watching people talking about this, people were like, I was not going to use that red bag. People were horrified and angry about the red bag. And I was like, this is so wild what people are allowing or expecting other people to experience and go through. And these people are horrified about a red bag. You're in a situation, But anyway, they decided to open the bar. They decided to open the bar, give free drinks to everybody, which was the worst idea because everybody's trapped in this area. People are drinking. People start getting angry. They're fighting. They had to shut the bar down. Even at one point, there was another ship that came by that was the other cruise ship. And they were they wanted help to get off this ship, but the other people were yeah, party, taking pictures. They were we were a scenic route on their trip. Anyway, when the tow ship finally got there, because they floated away, so then it was going to be this longer thing. When the tow ship when they went to tow them and they pulled it, the whole ship went like this, and then all the came out everywhere, leaking out everywhere, dripping everywhere. They cleaned the ship, and it's still out there under a different name. It's disgusting. But anyway, so that was like one interesting fact. The other interesting fact that I found out this week was there was this woman. You guys are going to know her name. I don't remember her name, but apparently she was like this dancer, stripper, and this like 86-year-old man showed up. He had like a $6 billion or something. And anyway, he ends up marrying her. And of course, you know, she didn't marry for love. I'm assuming she married for money. He lived like 14 months and then he died of pneumonia. I'm like, she friggin' left that window open. But anyway, no. I was so grossed out, like thinking about like this old man shaking hands. Ugh. Anyway, when he died, he had put nothing under her name. He gave everything to his son and his family. It was so horrible. I'm like, she had to get by this old man and she did not get what she thought she was going to get out of it. Anyway, so he died. Like, obviously he knew she wasn't marrying him for his looks, okay? 86. So he dies. She gets nothing. She fights in court. Nothing. And then at the end, she dies of an overdose. It was horrible.
That sounds like Anna Nicole Smith.
That's the one. I told you.
Anna Nicole Smith.
I told you guys would know. I'm like, so I just found out about this story. Actually, that's the one I found out about today.
Wait, I thought she got money out of that.
She didn't.
She didn't get any money out of that?
She only got money while he was alive. And it was like he paid for her travel, he paid for her food, he paid for this, that, and whatever. But nope. I felt so bad for her, bro. So bad for her.
You felt bad for her? She was a gold digger. How you feel bad for a gold digger?
What was he?
He was smart.
What he was he went after a 23-year-old. He's 86. What?
I mean, I wouldn't do it, but I don't understand how you can feel bad for a gold digger.
I didn't say I felt bad. Oh, no, I did.
This man slaved his life away, earned all that money, so she's supposed to get half of it.
He slaved his life away?
He's supposed to get half of it because she jumped on it 14 months before he died, so she's supposed to get half of his property?
She should have gotten at least some. I didn't say half. She should have gotten some.
For 14 months?
Well, yeah, she was getting touched by those old hands, and oh my God.
Man, are you serious? You really think that this is a sad story for her?
Would you want an old lady for 15 months for free?
And I was just gold digging her? I wouldn't feel sorry for myself.
And you knew it.
I would feel sorry for myself if it turns out that my game was so low that she didn't put me on the freaking whatever, in the will or whatever. I can't believe your hatred of men knows no bounds. This woman was out here trying to finagle this man out of his loot.
And
a dying man. She trying to steal his loot.
And he wanted to touch some young thing.
And he did.
And he got everything that he wanted. It's a man's world out there, ladies.
He enjoyed himself.
It's a man's world out there.
Enjoy yourself. You gotta be kidding me. This is terrible.
Disgusting. I felt so bad. I did. And then, like, the fact that she died of an overdose, I was like, she probably, like, couldn't stand herself after she did all that stuff with him. And then, like, had to go back to doing whatever. She was like fighting the son for the money. I don't know how much money she wanted. And he had $6 billion. She couldn't have $1 million?
$1 million? You know
Yeah.
how much money $1 million is?
Out of $6 billion?
You just throw out $1 million like
she
that?
deserves $1 million for all of that with an 86,
deserve a damn
89-year-old
man. She got
man.
exactly what she deserved.
Why does it look like a mummy under your own clown paint?
Sorry. How can you be grossed out by old hands if you look like a mummy under your clown?
Look at Vin's hands.
I miss Ben. Only Ben.
Yep. Well, no.
Remember, you used to get mad at me. How come you never defend me? Why do you let this guy get away with so much? Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah,
he needs to be banned. He needs to be banned. I'm like, nobody touches Ben Webb. Nobody.
She chose to be in the relationship. Yeah. Because everybody understood why she was there.
Yeah.
And he didn't give her even $1 million.
He outmaneuvered her. I'm sure when he went to the other side, the Lord was like, well done, kid. Good job. Good job.
What? Don't say stuff like that. You don't believe God said that.
I think so. Because she's a what do they call that? A byword? You don't want to end up like that. I think it's really horrible to do that. You wait till somebody's 86 years old and jump on them to try to become a millionaire?
She didn't wait till he was 86. She was a stripper, and he came in there and then started giving her a bunch of gifts.
She had to know the guy was on death's door, and she goes and marries him.
Yeah, we all know why she did it. She did it for the money. He did it for the young.
And that's
pedophilic, in my opinion. 89, a 20-year-old. That means literally.
You said she was 26.
She was 23.
She keeps getting younger.
She was 23 and he was 86.
Do you honestly believe that she's owed something just because she jumped on the dude?
I absolutely think she's owed something.
That is insane. You are crazy.
She married him.
You are crazy.
No.
I gotta talk to
she shouldn't have to.
Girls, that woman deserves nothing. Don't listen to your mother. Don't listen to her. She don't deserve nothing. What are you talking about? Are you being serious right now? You just
I am being serious. I am being serious. She shouldn't have to go through all of that with it. He knew what he wanted. She knew what she wanted. They didn't marry for love. They didn't marry for love. Neither one of them married for love.
If I was God, I'd congratulate the homie as soon as he
That's
made
disgusting.
I really would.
That's disgusting.
I'd be like, hey, shout out.
So if
it is disgusting, and that's something where I would want to discourage that kind of behavior. You know how many girls made business decisions based on that story and was like, you know what, I'm not even going to do it. Right?
Good. That's true. That's
so
true.
We don't negotiate with terrorists. If we gave that woman $1 million, now you're just encouraging the next batch of 26 to 20-year-olds to go prostitute themselves to 86-year-old men with the idea that they're going to be able to jump on them and then 14 months later become millionaires while the guy rots underground in his worm food.
I just thought of like his nasties shaking hands.
This is insane.
Oh my God. And then after that she thinks that she's like, okay, I'm gonna live it up after this, but no.
Yeah.
Going back to work at the 7-Eleven.
Yeah.
Because he gave all the money to the kids.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. And that's the other thing.
No, Ben, when you compare
that's the other thing is you try to take food out of his children's mouth because this girl jumped on him for 14 months?
His children's mouth? How old do you think his kids were? There's a 60 years difference between the two of them. That means he was friggin' 60 years old when she was born. That's you in 20 years, babe. She's born at that. And he's like, that's gross, man. That's really gross.
Yeah, that's gross on her, though. That's gross on her. It's not gross on him. It's not gross on him. That's gross on her.
It's gross on both of them. It's gross on him to be going after somebody so young. But, I mean, I don't need to have this debate with a man. Disgusting. I can't believe you're saying that that's okay and that she should... Well, I do hear that angle, though. I don't think that... I do think that probably prevented a lot of girls from doing that.
What was I saying is okay? Consensual.
You said God was going to high-five him when he got to heaven for that.
Yes, absolutely. Because now she's a deterrent from other girls doing the same thing.
Is that why you were saying he'd high-five him?
Absolutely.
That's so disgusting. You shouldn't say it like that. That's gross.
What are you talking about? Are you saying that God is cool with some girl being predatory, jumping on this dude, knowing he's about to die and being a predator?
The girl was being predatory?
Of course she was. Are you joking? Is this a joke?
Both of them were. Both of them were. He wasn't? Why was he marrying her?
When you think about...
Why was he marrying her?
I don't know why he married her.
Have you seen her?
No, I haven't seen her. But think about this. Does he need to
marry...
One
girl is about the size of your head.
Did he need to marry her to have sex with her? She doesn't seem like the type of girl that says, no, we can't have sex until you put a ring on it. So, obviously, if he married her, it's because...
He wanted her to be living right there.
Yeah, he had some sort of emotional connection to her, and the whole time she was out here thinking, yep, as soon as you die, I'm going to leave this... And you know what's funny about you? You joked about her leaving the window open so he could catch pneumonia and die.
I didn't joke about it. I said she probably did that.
Go look at the videotape, dear listener.
Yeah,
you'll see.
I'm saying she probably did that.
So when you're talking about like literally
that wasn't a joke. I think she really did it.
You did it with a smile on your face. So when this woman is out here literally murdering this dude to get his billions, that's a joke. But when he does what he has to do and makes sure that his family's taken care of, that's horrible. This, dear listener, is the face of misandry right here. She just hates dudes, period. Period.
I think that's so disgusting.
God and that guy are partying because he knows how to bring
I don't
the
hate
young
all
ladies
men
up to heaven.
either.
Does Sori not like it when girls make it to heaven? Seems sexist, Sori.
I don't hate all men.
Look, Hunter, I am defending women. I am defending women by doing this. Girls, if you see an 86-year-old and he's rich, he's not automatically going to be a dollar sign. Keep your integrity intact. Learn the lesson that you need to learn. Good night. And dudes, you see here? These girls will open up the window and fucking murder you with a smile on their face and then say that they're the victim when they don't walk away with your billions.
I didn't say she should come away with all of his billions, but she should have gotten something. She was married to him.
She shouldn't have gotten a damn thing. I wish I was a judge in that court. Like, bitch, you ain't getting nothing. And you gotta pay attorney's fees.
They said that they were gonna give her the money and then they took it back.
Good.
I will say for the other women.
I can't believe that you honestly believe that she's entitled to something because she jumped on a dude and had sex with him for 14 months and left his window open. That is crazy. I didn't say she left his window open. He died of pneumonia. Crazy. I don't know whether or not she did that. That is crazy. Yeah, you did it. You said it with a smile on your face, so we all know. We all know. We know what it is. All right, there, listener. Case in point, she was a white woman. Also true.
And he was a white man.
Also true. And that's why he didn't get jacked. Because they were both...
Oh, he got jacked.
They were both devilish.
By her for 14 months.
It's them black dudes
and that are all... nothing.
Let's see, a black dude would have been all sentimental. Oh, we don't need no prenup, girl. Blah, blah, blah. This dumbass. All right, guys. Girls, if you see an old man and he's rich, get with him. He can knock you up. He can't knock you up. He's shooting blanks. You get free money and guiltless sex. This is a huge win for you
guiltless
ladies.
Sex? I think that's why she overdosed in the end. It was just too much.
I mean, whatever you say, man. All right, Ben, you got to come back to the next show, baby. I think we're shooting one tomorrow. Much love to all you beautiful people. The moral of the story is get those prenups signed, fellas. That's the moral of the story. Unless she was with you when you were broke. Other than that, get the prenup signed, fellas. Good night. Them girls will kill you. You'll leave the door open and shit. Fucking pneumonia. That's diabolical. That was pretty diabolical.